Welcome back, guys. Mel here from Mel's Motors. This is part 2 of our camper build, part 2 of many. Behind me is the campervan we're working on. This is where we got to last time. If you missed part 2, link below, go see that so you know how we got to this stage. We had a couple of dents in here because we were trying to prep for paint. We had one dent in the corner here, there was one on the back. To save myself some time and money, I called in a dent guy to see if he could pull the dents out. It's paintless dent repair. It did say on the phone, look, I don't really do vans because the panels are so big, there's so much flex in them, they're difficult to get out. But he came out anyway. He had a go. He couldn't get this one out from behind me. He had a go at the door one. He managed to get that a bit better than it was, but this one's going to have to be repaired. It's not what I wanted to do. You know, you've got to sand it, fill it, wait for it to dry, sand it, fill it, wait for it to dry, prime it, wait for it to dry, sand it, and then prep and paint. So it's time consuming. I was trying to avoid at all costs, but where that dent is in the back there, you are going to see it, and I'd just like to have a clean panel. So today, let's get that panel done. I'm going to rush through that for the videoing because you don't want to see me filling, waiting for it to dry and all that. So I'm going to prep that. I'll video some bits of it and then we'll continue. Okay, so I've got both bits etch primed. If you're wondering why I put the paper in backwards and fold them over, as it stops you getting a hard edge with your masking tape. So if you have a look, you just about see it finishes off as a dust coat as opposed to a tape mark. So if you're ever going to mask, always mask backwards. So when you go to flat that down, you're not trying to get rid of a hard taped edge. Okay, so this one's done as well. Now we're taking the door handles off. Got Harley taking the front one off. This one needs to come off as well, and the one on the other side. Okay, so we've gained access to the door handle here. There's only 3 terminal bolts holding it in, one at the bottom, one at the top, and one through this hole. And also I've got the cover off the back here, and we've got a similar number of bolts. So we get these 2 handles off, and then we can start cleaning and prepping this side up. Got all these clips to take off yet, and that the cover for the fuel tank. And then we'll go on the other side to do the same. Handle on the other side, and handle on the back, which is just behind there. All the badges to take off there. There's one behind the paper there. All the bottom bed to clear up, clips off this side, and door handle off. I'm going to leave the mirrors on there because we drive this in and out. We can't reverse it out without the mirrors, so they're going to stay there. Okay, so the sliding door handle's off. This handle's off. I mentioned in a previous video about possibly painting these door handles only if they're stripped, but now that I've got one in my hand, this top hinge point where the handle goes on, it's just a pin in there, and the same at the bottom here. So if I pop those 2 pins out, the entire handle comes out. So in theory we should be able to paint these. There's a little rubber seal on the edge there, so pop the rubber off and we should get a good clean paint on there, and then put the rubber back on when it's being reinstalled. So there's a good chance we might get around to painting these. To be fair, I think it might just finish the van off, but we'll wait now until we paint it. Right, on the back here, I had to sand this out because there was a lot of little tiny chips in there. I think when they were locking and unlocking this, the keys were chipping at the paint. As you can see, I don't know if you can see, there's a pitting right through to the steel, so I've had to sand it right back. Now I'm going to put the etch primer on there, which will bond straight to that steel, but it's also a primer, so it's an etch and filler primer, so it should fill in all these little tiny imperfections. Okay, the priming at the back's done, that's ready. I've got to take these badges off now. I've got this Loctite 55, which is pipe sealing cord. It's really tough stuff. So I'm going to use this to get behind the badges and just move it up and down and just kind of cut through the badge. Okay, well that came off easy. Unlikely I'm going to use these badges again. You could reuse them. If you get rid of this tape on the back, you can use double-sided tape. Then you've got to get an X-Acto knife, like a scalpel type knife, to trim it properly and then try and line it up. You're better off just buying new badges. It's unlikely I'll put badges back on this. I'll just probably leave it blank. The van's going to have stickers on there anyway, patterns and stuff. Usually most campers do have stickers just to distinguish them between a van and a camper van. All the prep work's done, primed. We've cleaned most of the sides up. All the plastic clips have come out. We managed to save, I think, 5 clips out of all those. Handles are out this side and the other. We'll have to clean around those edges. This is the point with taping to, so you can see the handles were just in the way. At least we can still open them. The cables are there, so we can still gain access to the van's doors, so we can get in there and still move it in and out the workshop. But we're getting a lot closer to paint. Kind of run out of time again today. I've got a track day coming up, so I've got to prep my track bike, get that loaded up. So this will probably be a next week job. Although these badges are off, the backing glue or the tape stays there. Now we've got this wheel which we use for getting these off. We call it a chocolate block. The reason we call it that because once it starts cleaning up and the bits come off, it smells like chocolate. But it doesn't damage the paintwork. It's just abrasive enough to take the gum off, but it won't damage the bodywork. I just remembered one more bit. In the last video I spoke about slight corrosion we had in this arch, so I've just cleaned that up and just put some more primer on there. So hopefully that's the last thing for today. Next week we'll prep the panel, mask it up and get it painted. Okay, so I'm gonna, we're gonna prep and paint, at least get the base coat on tonight. We'll try and get the base coat on. Got regular masking tape. Going to mask up our line. We're going to use Scotch-Brite. We're going to use it wet today. You can use it wet or dry. If you use it wet, we can try and get some of this grime off as well. We're using fine Scotch-Brite. Don't want it too rough because we're putting a metallic base coat on it. If you go too rough with it, if you use the red stuff, you can end up seeing scratch marks. The van is facing the wrong way. It's facing this way. We're going to paint in our primary workshop, the MAT bay. The reason I'm going to paint here is because we have an extractor fan, the big fan on the ceiling, so we can try and get some of that dust out. The reason I want to turn the van around, I can paint about this high, can't reach the top. I'm not painting that high on the sides, but the back's going to be full painted. And for me to try and get the gun that high, I need to elevate myself. So we're going to back it up to the MAT ramp. We have our plate, which we use for class 3. And I can stand on that as a base, and I can try and paint to the top of the van. So first thing is, let's get this masked up, and then we'll do some Scotch-Brite. So the van's turned around. You can see I've got my plate in there for when we do the trikes. Trikes going backwards, so the front wheel goes there. And then once you've Scotch-Brite to clean the back of the van up, I can push the van back. I can stand on here and be able to paint the top part of the van. Brake light's got to come out. So it's not only the top I'm going to be painting, it's the roof line as well, up to this line. So we're going to use that as our line down, and then to this line here, should be the lower line, from here all the way across. So now we're going to just run some panel wipe on there so that it's degreased. We can put the masking tape on there, and then we can just Scotch-Brite the lower half of the vehicle. Okay, so I've masked here. Originally said I was going to go to the corner, hence why we use that laser light, but it didn't look great, that line. It looked awful. We've got a little line here, so I've brought that line down to this point to give it that nice arch shape there. I think that will look a lot better than going into that corner. Okay, found a little chip in this corner. It's actually gone down to the metal, so the base coat's not going to cover that, so we're going to have to put some primer on there. I don't want to mask it and put hard edges on there, so use a piece of cardboard, hold it away, and then we'll end up with a dust coat on the side, and we can then flat it down. Okay, we'll let that dry, we'll do the rest of the van and then we'll come back to it. Right, we've got the other side done, van's turned around, that was Wednesday, now it's Saturday. We were here till gone 7 o'clock just doing one side. We managed to clean the gutter out of the back. That took us over half an hour, just 2 of us clean the gutter out. But if you're going to paint the top there, that's where it's going to start flaking, and the last thing we want is bad adhesion of paint. So flipped round now, we repaired that corner over there last time. Now we're going to mask this side up, Scotch-Brite this side, do the back, and try and get some paint on it today. Hasn't stopped raining all week. Damp weather like this isn't great for paint work, but got no choice, got to get paint on this. The base coat might take a while to dry, considering the weather. It's quite cold, we're about 5 degrees at the moment. Not ideal temperatures for paint work. I would normally paint the other side, but I said we've got the extractor on this side, and I just need to extract some of that fumes just to keep the dust level down in here. So need to clean around the door handles so we can get some tape on there. Just panel wipe, just a line for where the tape's going to go on, so we've got good adhesion. I don't want it sticking on dirt. And then we'll Scotch Brite this side and then move back. Okay, near side's done, door shuts are done. I primed the wheel arch, that's been sanded down, that's already prepped. I had to put some more primer on the back here, that's just been flattened down. We're painting up to this line here, so going to mask up and over the top, and then we're going to prep the side, the final sides there, the C-post and the rear doors. Okay, we're kind of getting close. Back done, both sides done. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to mask the both sides again like we did before. We're going to go over it with dry Scotch Brite. Bit difficult to see, but I can see there's a few areas that are still shiny. We're just going to go over it, make sure it's done. We did it wet because the van was quite dirty, and that water helped us really clean the paint and the muck and stuff from the wheel arches down. Top part's done, around the doors are done. I've just taken these rubbers off. I'm probably going to spray this with the door slightly open because I just want to paint this edge. This side actually looks okay, but I can still see some shiny marks all down here where the mask line was, and same on the other side. So we'll tape it up. We'll just go over it with dry Scotch Brite. I'm going to do the bonnet as well. I'll probably paint that again today as well. Now we're going to Scotch Brite this edge to edge. Although we're only painting the centre bit, I don't actually want to lacquer to the edge. I want to lacquer to the edge of the bumper because it's only a small amount. So it'd be a lot easier for me to lacquer that than it is to double mask it and try and get the lacquer over. It'll look terrible. So we'll paint it up to this edge, like I said before, so just the centre's coloured, and then the lacquer will go edge to edge. The entire van has been re-Scotch Brited dry, got rid of all the shiny bits, all the shuts, everything's been panel wiped all round. I removed all the hinges off the rear doors here, the hinges, the wiring. I'm going to use my small spray gun. I'm going to blow in all these edges. I've also taken out the security lock that was here. I've glued in the plate and a plate here. That's going to move further down to here because we're going to have glass up here, so we can't have that lock in there. Back's done, top's done, the entire side's done and panel wiped. Door shuts done here. Sanded down the little chips that we had there in the corner. Bonnet's been, I did Scotch Brite that, but it wasn't coming out great, so I've run 1200 on that, so that's done. We'll mask the edges up to here, we'll lacquer edge to edge, so that'll be done fully. And next bit now is stick the edge tape's going to go on, and And then what I'm going to do is, once the edge tapes are on, I'm just going to cut them with a knife, peel them back, and we'll tape inside, and then I'll use my small gun and just do I'm going to do this shut fully, the side door one, because that's the one you're going to be using and seeing all the time. The doors will be partially masked, so I'll only do half of those. When the door's shut, there's a real big gap here. I think if I'm spraying it, I'm going to miss all that. So if I do it from the inside and mask it, so we're only going up to here. So it's only a small area, so we should be able to do that. At least dust it with a small gun. We've got some paint on there. We're going to start with the edge tape. Okay, everything's masked up. I haven't fully masked to the top. What I'm going to do is mix the paint up. I'm going to use my small gun, do the shuts. Once the shuts are done, we'll turn the van around because I'm going to need to get to the top, so I'll use the ramp. We can't fully mask it because I can't open the doors to do the shuts, so I'm going to do those. The side door shuts. The corners behind the lights, open the doors up. I'm going to blow in the edges. The rest of the doors will get covered, but the edges will be seen. So I'm going to do the shuts. Again, I'll use a small gun so there's a lot less dust. And both sides. The side down here is only the front door shut. Once that's done, I'll do the bonnet as part of the main paint because I need to mask from the roof line all the way under the bonnet over the engine. Then I'll shut the bonnet down and then we can paint it. But I can't do any of that because if I mask the windows now, I'm going to drive it, and we need to bring it back into the workshop backwards. Okay, so this is our paint. It is a citron paint. I didn't want to get paint that was out of the ordinary. If someone ever needs to spray it, if I ever sell the van, at least we've got the right colour and matches the vehicle. It's Citron KTH Gris Thorium. That's the name of the paint. Mixes 1 to 1. So if I put 100 ml in, 100 ml of thinners will go in and we'll mix it up. So I'm just going to quickly mix it. On the colour chip it looked like quite a light grey blue colour, but once they mixed it up and I got more than a colour chip, it's quite a dark colour. So I don't know how much you're going to see in there, but it's a metallic grey blue colour. Okay, this is how far I've got so far. I didn't video the spraying because I didn't want my camera to get damaged. It's widescreen, so it's pretty close to the vehicle. Believe it or not, we're only 7 feet away from it, and we've pretty much got the van in there. So yeah, it's pretty close. I didn't want to damage the camera. This is what it looks like. This is 2 dust coats and a slightly heavier coat. This is 12 hours today. Well, I've been here since 7:45, which is not quite 12 hours. It's 5:30. So far, done. Actually, I've done the whole van. This is still dust coated. Needs a bit more on there. This one needs a bit more on there. I haven't managed to put another coat on this side yet. Back's mostly done. The 2 back doors there in the middle, there's going to be glass, so I've only dust coated around the edges. I'm not going to paint it and then cut it out. So this is what it's starting to look like. Complete rear back painted from the seam line and then the sides. Right, I'm still here. 10 to 8 at night. I've just finished putting 2 coats of lacquer on there. And there it is, all done, painted front to back. You can see where I had the other line tape on there. So now I've over lacquered the base coat. I've got a few runs on there. It's a long run, not a run on the paintwork, it's a long run as in painting the side of the vehicle. It's getting quite dark, these lights aren't great, so most of the panel's great. A few minor runs here. Got runs on the bonnet, so this is what the bonnet looks like now. Got runs on the white, because it's really difficult to see how much I was putting on there. Most of this panel's okay, there's a few runs at the back, but nothing that I can't flat out. The great thing is it's a flat panel, so you can flat it out quite easily and mop it. Let me show you the back. Back's done. As you can see, I've left those the window areas paint and lacquer free, but it's all done, so I'm quite happy. Got the plastics to do next, but for now, as of part 2, that's as far as we've got. A Saturday night, so it's getting close to 8 o'clock. Wife's not happy. As soon as I get home, I've got to get cleaned up, sleep early, up at 2:30 a.m, out to pick up a few mates at 3:30 a.m, head over to Gatwick because we're flying out to Spain to do some more track stuff. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed this video. As always, hit the like button, subscribe button and bell notification. See you soon, bye.